Could you use a quick tip daily? How about a tip that can impact your day? My name is Raphael. Join me as I bring you tips by experts around the world. These experts have shared their knowledge and wisdom with me and will directly share them with you. Make sure to subscribe, like, follow, and comment, and I would love for you to become part of the New Tip Daily community. Good morning. Happy Thursday. I hope you're having an exceptional day. Today, I want to talk to you about discovery. Discovering you. You're the most interesting person you should come across. And the only way to find that out is to take the time to get to know you. And the best time to do that is when you're in a quiet spot, an area in the wilderness, sometimes in front of the mirror. So you can reflect on what you've done, even what you're about to do. I always learn more about me when I'm quiet, when I'm listening to my thoughts, when I learn to understand what actions I've taken or what actions I have avoided to take. Sometimes we avoid things because they're painful, they're scary, or because we have doubt. That's why sometimes we take no action on certain things. It's because of those three things. Scary, we have doubt. Those I'm gonna reframe. Those are probably the most ones that we go on. The scary, it's fear, it's the unknown. We don't know what the outcome's going to be, so we're not going to do it. I'm going to just hold back. And doubt, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I'm not going to succeed. I'm going to be a failure. I think those are probably the two most important aspects to consider when taking on anything, a challenge, an idea, a concept, a new business, writing a book. I'm going to fail. Nobody's going to read my book. Hey, guess what? You're going to read your book because you wrote it. And if you ask someone to please read your book, now if they put it down after two pages, you may have to reread your book. But the most important thing about writing a book, I believe, is stories. You want to get your point across, and that's through stories. And so many times those stories come from us. From us. We have so many incredible stories in us, even if stories that we make up. Every day you should consider, how am I showing up in the world? What stories am I listening to, creating, or observing? The best way to be able to tell stories is to start with you. Tell yourself the story of success. What does that sound like? Well, this is the discovery. If you are taking on a new venture, a new possibility, what is the story you're telling yourself? What is that all about? Jadam, thank you so much for saying hello. Consider the stories we tell. But by the way, any story you tell, you're telling it twice. First to you, even if you don't verbalize it, verbalizing is going to be better. internally, you're telling your story, and then externally, you put it out there. And sometimes, if you're writing a book, you're telling that story again and again and again and again. Because even for myself, I write all the time. Um, so here's some scribbling that I've been doing. Here's more scribbling. Here's more writing, and I'm always writing, 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 writing. And a lot of times, I'm even writing my own story, but then I go and reread it, and I go, that doesn't make sense. Let me rewrite it so it can make sense. How do I want to capture someone? And that's the discovery that we have to get to know us a little bit better before we can really share our story, even in a book. So consider, are you writing a book? Are you? Should you? I think everybody should write a book, even if it never gets published. A book so that you can leave to your children, so they get to know you a little bit more. I wish I wish my great 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 grandfather wrote a diary even. How incredible would it have been to read about this man who lived to be 113 years old and still had all his wits about him? 113. Just the fact that he lived that long has motivated me to live my life a certain way, to eat a certain way, to live a certain way. Hey, Tommy Ross, thanks for coming and saying hi, buddy. When we consider our lives, how do we live them? So it's that self discovery, right? When we discover, when we're looking through that magnifying lens, what are we looking for? Now, we really do not have an idea of our, if you will, expiration date. I kind of wish I did. I try to live my life currently as if my expiration date's tomorrow. So every day I do my best to live. Hey, Tommy, thank you. Great stuff as always, my friend. Yes. And I know you have incredible stories, and we need to reconnect. And I need to have you come on my shows as well. I have 6 shows now, my friend. So we need to reconnect with us, right? Just like I want to reconnect with my friend Tommy. It's been a while. And has it been a while since you reconnected with you that you're worried about everyone else and you're not concerned about you? We have one very short life. My great great grandfather lived 113 years old, but guess what? Still short. I want to beat him. I want to go over 125. And I know with technology and everything and AI and all these things, I've been told that that is now possible. But just because I've been told it's possible doesn't mean I can't or I should stop doing the actions that I take, working out, eating right, taking care of me, taking care of my mind, reading every day. Discover you, the most precious, most beautiful person. How do you know you are the most beautiful, the most precious? Well, look in the mirror and shut all those negative thoughts that or sayings that anybody has ever said about you. Forgiveness comes from forgiving yourself first. You cannot forgive anyone else. You have to forgive you first before you even consider anyone else. I had a client recently. He's a paying client, but he gave me such an incredible compliment, and he asked me a personal question, and I told him my opinion. And I said, "This is what I would do." He said, "I just want to know what you would do." And he's like, I am so happy I spoke with you because the way you live your life is what I need to start doing. And he was asking me advice on forgiveness. And I said, you're judging someone else based on your opinion, not as to who they are. And then he started recanting, if you will, or recalling words I have spoken to him. He goes, I will never forget when you said, and he went on, and when you told me this. And so I love it when clients actually listen, pay attention, and start doing their due diligence. Every day, we need to discover us. And the way to discover it's just like, listen, an archaeologist, what do? They go comb through dirt. They comb through dirt to find the treasures. What dirt do you have to move to find the treasure of you? Let me repeat that. Listen and take note. What dirt do you have to remove to find the treasure of you? Look deep. Look in the mirror. Ask yourself, how can I improve? But you also must, and I say must, accept your flaws. Accept them. Listen, I'm never going to be able to play basketball the way a professional basketball player plays. I'm not going to be able to ski like a professional skier. Those are facts. You have to accept your limitations, but you don't have to give in to your limitations because you can do your best. You can play the best basketball you've ever played. You can ski the best, the slopes. You can go down the slopes and do the best you can. It's about being the best you can, not being the best of what someone else is. You cannot fill their shoes, even if they're the same size. They went through different challenges than you. They went through different heartaches. They trained more than you. They're gifted differently than you. But you, once you take all the dirt out, you're gifted. You're incredible. The key is to don't rent your head to anyone else. Don't allow anyone to occupy your mind. You should be the only soul in there. God has made you beautiful. I encourage you every day to look in the mirror and believe, my friend, that you are a gift. You're a gift. I'm a gift. I am a miracle. Every day, take out your magnifying lens, look deep inside of you, stare into your own eyes, and look deep and say, I am beautiful. I am enough. Maybe I'm not there yet. You can also say, I'm not there yet. I'm working on it. I'm doing all the things that I need to do to get there. Thank you for joining me today. Hey, listen, if you want to reach out to me and have a conversation, even get to work with me, my website is going across the bottom. It's sifurafael.com. Also, if you're looking to understand more about the way you communicate, how you can communicate better, have a clear concept of your sales, of your promotions, of anything like that. Those are the things that will impact your bottom line, your communication skills. You can go there or you can go to speakingprowess.com. C for Raphael or speakingprowess.com. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Hey, by the way, I have a great guest coming on tomorrow morning, and I look forward to seeing you then. Have yourself a beautiful, beautiful rest of the day and keep exploring. I'll see you tomorrow.